Hi everyone, I'm back. Oh my gosh. So that was the phone, as you heard. And of course, my wife answered it. She's like, it's John Bead. How can I be angry? They're sending me lovely beads. So there's part one and part two to this video. So, as we said, if you got distracted, we have this section here. Now we're going to add these lovely little tassels on the edge with these diamond shapes. So what we're going to do is we're going to put, just a little refresher, is we're going to put these 7 beads across here, and then we'll add this part. So you're coming out of this bead, you're going to skip a crystal, skip an 11-0, skip a crystal, go through the next 11-0. And I should have caught this 11-0. It's kind of tiny, but you know what? You won't notice it at the end. And this is what I was saying about your thread coming around the wrong way on your tassel. So I always hold it onto the mat. So there's your, and you're going to do this all the way around. So, which is 4 times. 4, 5, 6, 7. So skip a crystal, skip an 11-0, skip a crystal, go through the next 11-0. There. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the 4th time doing this video. So that's why I was like, oh gosh, we're going to do a part 1 and a part 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and go through this one here. So let me show you for a second. So we're coming out of this 11-0 here. This 11-0. Skip the crystal, skip the 11-0, skip the next crystal. You're going to go through this 11-0. But what we're going to do is we're going to make our way over to the next one where we've started here. There's going to be a space in here, but you won't see it because it's going to cinch together when we get the beaded tassels on. I'll show you. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to bring our thread down to the middle bead. So there's the middle bead here, like that. So go through like that. There. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add our beads. So we have these sections here. Now we need to add these sections. So we're going to pick up 4 beads, 11-0 beads, a 3mm Swarovski crystal, 3 11-0 beads, another Swarovski crystal, 4 11-0 beads, your star, and let me put that down. So this is what you have so far. I always put my stars on with this tip. So your holes for your stars, it's always going to be in between, like at the tip of one of the peaks and in between 2 of the peaks. So I feel like, so it's going to sit this way. I feel like the star should be in this position. Otherwise, if you have it positioned like that, to me that looks upside down. So it's up to you how you want to put it there. And then you're going to add your final bead. So let's bring this all the way to the end here, like this. So now what you're going to do is you're going to skip that final bead. You are going to go through, let me see what I have here. Oh, I didn't put 4 beads there. That's good that we looked. There should be a 4th bead. So let's take these ones off and add that 4th bead. Go through the top and through the 11-0. That. Skip the 11-0, go through the star and the 4 beads and the crystal. Like that. Then, well, let's pull it through so you can see it. So hang on to your bottom bead, pull your thread, and it will draw everything. You don't want it like super tight, stiff, but you definitely want no thread showing. So now we're coming out of the 3mm bicone. We are going to add 3 beads like that and go through the next bicone. This. Okay. Just like that. Now we are going to add 4 beads. 1, 2, 3, 4. But we're going to go to the next set. So here we are on this one. We're going to go to the next set, and it's going to create a diamond shape here. So find that middle bead, go through it like that. And there is your first little star tassel. So now we're going to do the same thing we did for the last one. We're going to pick up 4 beads, a bicone crystal, 3 beads, a bicone crystal, 4 beads, so that's what we have, 4, 4, 3, 4 of the 11 O's and the crystals in between. You're going to pick up a star, so I think I'm going to drop those down. Pick up a star from the tip, or the pointy section of the star, and 1 11-0. Bring those all up to your work like that. Like that. These are so pretty. Oh my gosh. I am such a child. I love these stars. So go skip the 11-0 at the bottom. Go through the star bead, through the 4 11-0s, and through the next bicone. And at any point, if stuff gets loose, just remember it's all one strand, so it will, like if you tighten this, you can tighten that over there. But this looks pretty good. You don't want it super tight, but I'm going to just see where I'm at here. There, that should be good. So we're at this point here. We want to add 3 11-0s. go through the bicone and just the bicone. Let me see if I can grab this. Okay, now we need the 4 beads here that we're going to attach to the next one. So let's go pick up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Find our middle bead, which is our, if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. So there's our next 2. I think I'm looking how this is. I feel like this is sticking out a bit too much. It might settle down once I have the final one on, but I think maybe the other technique, because you're going from this bead all the way down and all the way up, that it might be different. But I'll let you know. I'll try that. Okay, so now coming out of here, we need to add those. We need to pick up 4 11/0s, a bicone, 3 11/0s, a bicone. These are 3mm bicones. They're lovely. Then 4 11/0s. Like that. Pick up your star from the peak, like that, and an 11/0. Bring that all down and skip the 11/0. Go through the star and through the 4 11/0s and the bicone. Pull that through. There. Add 3 11/0s. Go through the bicone. That. Then pick up 4 11/0s. Go through the middle bead here. Yeah, I think it's just because once I have the final one on, they will slide down. The other thing too is this tube is actually preventing them from sitting down a bit, so we're good. Okay, so where are we here? Yeah, we need to add a tassel. Our final tassel. So pick up 4 11/0s, a crystal, 3 11/0s. You know what? I'm gonna get a thicker one. 3 and a crystal, 4 11/0s, a star, 1 at the bottom, and we're going to come back up, skipping the 11/0, go through the star, go through the 4, okay, that's not working here, go through the 4 11/0s and the crystal. Okay, so we're almost done. We just have to complete the piece that goes or we have to add these and then complete it. So we need 3 11 to go in between those 2 bicones. So any of these like things that I'm doing here, you could put a 4mm pearl in there if you wanted to. You don't have to add 2 strands of beads. So let's go through the bicone. There. Now we need to attach these 2 together, so we need our 4 11 I got beads in my clothes. Okay, find the middle bead here, which is this one here, like that. There, so there's our tassels are all done. So now I'm just going to go up through these parts and finish up. So let me just go up through here, find whatever path works for you, but you're basically going through those set of 4 for sure. And at this point, this is where you want to decide how tight to make these. You know, if they look like they're really weird, just pull them out a bit so they sit nicely. Okay, so let's get this one in. So this one, I think I might do a right angle weave on the crystals to lock it in. Seems tight, eh? There, like that. And maybe what I'll do, yeah, I'll just do that. I think that should be fine. And make my way up so we can add the lovely embellishment at the top. So I'm trying to decide whether I need to put a knot in here. I feel like we kind of should have this so that it's not going to get loose at any point. Let's do something like this. So I'm going to poke. So my thread's coming out of this bead. I'm going to poke in through there, but I'm going to come up to the middle here, like that. And I'm just going to loop around here and create a knot. And that way we know there's a knot there. If one piece breaks off, just the stuff below the knot will fall. So there. And we're kind of in position to add our embellishment. So you're going to put your jump ring and your spacer bead. So these guys here. So this is going to go on like that. And once we have the bird bead there, it will kind of hold it into position. So put the bird bead. Now you could take a thicker thread and put these on. I'm going to go through them a couple of times, so I'm not too worried, but it's a good idea. I wouldn't discourage you, that's for sure. So I'm just adding all the elements like that, and then this. So it's funny, I had it this way, like this, and when I went to put my wire guard, I find that they annoy me. I find they just don't look finished. But anyway, it was sitting, one of them was sitting inside that spacer bead. So that's how this bead came along. So then it sits exactly. So I'm going to actually thread this on. So I've actually threaded, let's go through. Oh, look what happened. I have a trick for that. If you ever have that happen, you can cut your tube and pry it open and set your tassel back on. but it's no big. I like to do it at the end for the reveal. But let's take a look at what we have. So we've got a closed jump ring, a spacer bead, lovely bird bead, lovely nested. These might be silver plated. Beautiful Swarovski, my favorite color of their pearls. And this, another one of those kind of basket weave spacer beads. And this is a hematite silver coated, silver colored. And then your wire guardian. So now you're going to go from the one end of the wire guardian, you're going to go through the second one. And let's pull that through. Pull everything through. You can leave it loose for now so we can get into here, but we're going to go back through everything. We're going to put our needle through the tassel, come back up, do it again. Okay, so let's go through these guys. It's super easy to get through a bunch of them. It's not there like that. Pull everything through. Okay, and you can see super loose, not a big deal. So let's, at this point, I think I'm going to use this edge to go through. So I'm going to go down. I'm going to try and get it near the middle. It's surprising if you go off to the edge. These may sit off to the edge. So yeah, you don't want that. And we can go back up through everything. Look at that. And go through the one side of the wire guard. And you can pull it up. Just watch your thread doesn't come off the little bridge there. So let me pull that tight. I think it's sliding off that wire guard, that's why. And let's adjust this. There, okay. Go down through the other side of the wire guard and through everything. Again. And I'm going to pull it out. And that stinking wire guard. I thought it was just me, and I mentioned it the one time in a video. People were like, "Oh yeah, I hate them too." So I get that it's snug. It doesn't have to be super tight. You just don't want thread showing. And the reason I say that is because once you hang this, it's all going to sit where it's, pretty centered, as long as your thread is centered. So let me just pop that up. I'm going to get my needle in there. And I'm going to go through a couple of times. And like my tail is still in there. There we go. Let me pull that out a bit. And now I'm going to take my thread and I'm going to come out one of the right angle weaves and I'm going to weave it through again just to reinforce that. But there, now this part's set to go. I hope that was in view. It's so hard. You start getting really concentrating and you realize, oh wait, where were my hands? Okay, so I'm going to go through here. Actually, I think I'm just going to go across to the other side, go through, and make sure your thread doesn't go around everything. There. Let's see where there's a nice place to put a knot. Here's one. I found it. So I'm going to go through here, and I'm going to pick up a thread bridge here and create a knot, hopefully. Go 1, 2, and push it through. That. Bring that through the crystal, through the other beads. And you can bring it through the middle. And we'll tie that off, or we'll cut it off. I wonder if I can do this without doing any damage here. I think I need new batteries in this too. There's the tail. There. Okay, so let's get this on the ear wire. Super easy. I mean, doesn't get much easier than this. Hook that on. That. And let's close this up. Hang on to that. Push that in. These ear wires I get from AliExpress, they're super strong. They're well made. They're so beautiful. They have like crystals in there. And there you go. That's lovely. So the fact that it spins is good because I know some people might be concerned about a right and a left earring. So these will always spin. And I should show you on this bead too. I'm just noticing it now. Is they do have a dark and a light side. So it has a totally different. So there's the light side on this, and then there's the dark side. Isn't that amazing? These are so lovely. So see if we can see these stars. There. Thanks for joining me in part 2. If you didn't see part 1, take a look at part 1. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.